This cemetery has a history so haunted, some graves are said to have unearthed themselves. We'll take you along as we explore the Cushman Cemetery in Springfield, Maine off the Ghost Road.
Okay, we are here at Cushman Cemetery in Springfield, Maine. The reason why we're here is because it has a haunted history. It starts, for me, for my research, it starts back in the 1960s where it's actually documented that a few graves here unearthed themselves, mysteriously unearthed themselves. I guess some locals came up in here and found around three graves open. So all the dirt was moved off the top. The coffins were open so you could see inside, you could see the bodies inside. It was pretty, not a great sight. But anyway, so the legend is the spirits, I don't know, became angered or emotional in some way and they unearthed themselves. Reasonably speaking though, it's probably grave robbers came up in here and opened some of the graves of the Civil War soldiers that are buried here. You can see a flag back there. I think that's because there's soldiers in here. And they were probably after their medals, their bayonets, and their guns. That's probably what happened. No one really knows for sure though still. So it's one of those things where people aren't really sure, but so they attached a little legend to it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so Tony's checking out some of the stones. Where is he? Where are you? There he is. It's really overgrown in here. It hasn't been forgotten, but it's definitely out of the way. It's not in a really easily accessible location. I'm gonna look around and then I'll come back with some stories, or maybe Tony will come back with some stories. So this is like a family plot. This one, these over here.
They're not very old. I mean, they're early, mid-1800s.
I know, but are there any other family plots on the other section? Down, hold on, like, if the overgrown section way down over there, are there any other?
There's a bunch of field stones over there, actually.
Yeah.
There's a story about two young boys in the cemetery that we haven't covered yet.
Yeah.
And it talks about a teddy bear, and the teddy bear's over there.
The teddy bear's there now?
The teddy bear, I saw it when I walked by.
Let's go see it.
Watch out for the poison ivy.
I know, yeah. Maybe we should put that in the video. Hey, there's poison ivy all over the place in here.
It's all over the place.
Okay.
You might be able to avoid it walking through here, but the bear is right over here. So come up through here.
Okay.
I think you'll be all right through here. It's just fine.
I just need to hear you say it. The bear is here. I can't believe it.
I saw it over here.
Is it?
I gotta remember where it was. I saw it when I was walking through.
Hold on.
I think it's over here. Yeah, here it is.
I'm not actually walking in your steps. Did you find it?
It's right here.
Oh my God, there it is. It is, it's right there.
Yeah. It's down in between the ferns and stuff.
Holy cow. This was part of that legend, Tony. Like, well, I guess it's not really a legend because it happened in the 1990s, right? The story about the boys.
I think so, the 90s, yeah. But that's still
Holy cow!
A few decades ago.
The bear is here. This is exciting. Hold. I don't want to walk on anyone's grave. Let me just look around. Where are you going? Don't come over here.
2 years.
Wait, 2 years old?
2 years and 9 months.
Okay, read that off.
So this is John C., son of Jonathan J. Samuel Hanscom. Died June 30th, 1852, aged 2 years, 9 months. Which is why there's a teddy bear here.
Oh my God. No way, all right.
So I didn't get the first name right. Somebody J and Samuel Hanscom. So John Hanscom is the kid that's here.
Geez, the sun is really bright. I can't really see this writing.
And here's another one, Eliza. Died October 22nd, 1850, aged 2 years. I can't read the months. So 2 children died 2 years, at 2 years, a little over 2 years old. One in June of 52 and one in October of 50 something.
Okay, we'll tell the story of the boys then.
If you look right here, you'll see there's a teddy bear laying on the ground. This teddy bear is very important because it's pertinent to one of the legends of this cemetery. Back in the 90s, there were two boys going by this cemetery when they saw it and saw what a state of disrepair it had fallen into. So they thought, wouldn't it be great to clean that place up? So they came back another day with rakes and garbage bags and things to clean up the cemetery. And while they were working, they came across this area and found this teddy bear all tangled up in the weeds. And it was kind of stuck in there. So they had to pull it out. They set it off to the side, and then they went about their business cleaning the cemetery. Well, the day got long and it started to get dark, and they decided it was time to leave. As they were leaving, they remembered, oh, we forgot to put that teddy bear back. So when they came back the next time, the first thing they did was try to find the teddy bear where they had put it. They couldn't find it. So they looked around a little bit, and when they came back over to this grave area, they found the teddy bear right back where they found it the first time. They were so freaked out, they were like, oh, we gotta get out of here. So they left, and as they were headed towards the road, they heard somebody call from the cemetery, help me. They didn't turn back, they didn't look back, they just ran and they left. So they were really freaked out. So this teddy bear, I mean, it belongs here, obviously with these graves, or else it wouldn't have found its way back here.
I'm almost afraid to put video of the teddy bear up for everybody to see because I don't want anybody coming here and stealing it. Yes, the cemetery has kind of a haunted history, and that's exciting, especially if you're into ghosts and stuff like that. But what's more important than that is that when you come into a sacred place, like a place where people are buried, you do not disturb the grave sites. This bear has obviously been here for a very long time. If you come to see this cemetery, please leave the bear. The bear is not haunted. The bear is not haunted. The cemetery may be haunted. The bear is not haunted. Please leave the bear. It belongs to the children that are buried here. There's one child buried on this side, one child buried on that side, and the bear's in the middle. The bear belongs to the children. Please leave the bear. I have to tell you, this is kind of like that. Hey, this is kind of like that third story that...
It is.
Yeah, put that away. Yeah, this is, so there's a storm coming in like really quickly. It's kind of bizarre actually because it was really sunny. We had to keep shooting in the shade. I had to keep moving Tony into the shade because the sun was too much on him. The third story is, do you remember the third story?
I do. Yeah.
All right, you want to tell it? You want me to flip? Okay, hold on. Yeah, here, go ahead and try to get the best of it.
So interestingly enough, the third story that we've researched about this cemetery is of a survey crew that came in here. They needed to do a survey of probably abutting lands, and you can actually see the yellow strips on the corners.
You can?
There's one right out there. See it hanging from the tree?
It's not yellow though, it's pink, right?
Yes, what did I say before?
Oh, you said yellow. Okay, I was looking for yellow.
Orange, they're pinkish orange.
Okay, yeah.
And that's what surveyors always tie. They tie those to measuring points. They tie it to boundary points.
Yeah.
Because we have them all around our property.
Right.
And they're all on that border. So anyway, so the survey crew had come in to do a survey of the abutting properties. And one of them was in here all by himself while the other crew was out by the road. And as he was in here, this storm came in with the wind just whipping up the leaves and the trees and the limbs and stuff getting all over him. And he was like, what the heck? So I got to get out of here. So he started to walk out. And as he exited the area, the winds calmed down, the storm started to subside, and it was just like sun again, clear skies. And he got out there and he was like to the other guys, do you believe that storm that just came through? And they're like, what are you talking about? They didn't experience anything he had experienced. And as we're getting ready to tell you about that portion of the history, the winds in here started to kick up, the sky started to get dark, and stuff's just whipping around. So, and now it's calming down again. Very odd.
All right, we are walking.
We're still walking.
We've been walking on this road for a little bit now. Okay, this is the ghost road.
This is it. This is the ghost road. So there's...
Well, wait. First, how creepy does this road feel?
It's very quiet other than the wind blowing.
No, there's nobody around.
And we're actually in the middle of nowhere.
It feels like we are in the middle of nowhere. People would say that we live in the middle of nowhere, but that's not true. This is the middle. Yeah, this is actually the middle of nowhere.
It's dead smack in the middle of nowhere.
It's smack dead in the middle of nowhere.
This is the road with the young blonde-haired girl.
That's right.
About 6, 7 years old.
Okay, right, because they don't know why this is called the Ghost Road, right?
Right. They don't know why it's called the Ghost Road.
But there is the haunting of the little girl
There's
that's
the
been
haunting
okay.
of the little girl.
All right, go ahead.
So this young blonde-haired girl was out playing in the road, and she was approached by this lady in a old horse and buggy. And the woman tried to get the girl to go into the horse and buggy, and
Right.
she's like, "No, sorry, I don't talk to strangers."
Right.
She ran off, went back to the house, and told her mother about it. And her mother told her, "Yeah, that's the green-eyed witch. We call her the green-eyed witch. So you stay away from her and don't go anywhere with her. Don't talk to her. You come back here when you see her." So the girl's like, "Oh, okay, no problem."
Right.
So about a week later, the girl went out to play again, and she was never heard from. And not only was she never heard from, but the green-eyed witch was never seen again either. So they both disappeared right around that same time frame, right after she was approached by the green-eyed witch. Now, to make the story even more interesting, that's a little bit of a legend folklore
Right.
from the olden days.
Yeah.
That story is actually told as a modern-day haunting as well. So, young, blonde-haired, 6 or 7-year-old girl
Yeah.
approached by a woman in an automobile. Green-eyed witch.
Okay.
Girl goes missing
On this road.
on this road. Girl goes missing, so does the green-eyed witch.
So maybe that's why this road is called Ghost Road, because nobody really knows why the road is called
That
Ghost Road,
could
but that
be.
actually kind of makes sense.
And isn't there a story about women coming to the cemetery and seeing a young blonde-haired girl?
I know they couldn't find the cemetery because it's kind of hard to park, kind of hard to see. So they parked their car thinking that they could, like we did. It took us forever to find the cemetery. So they probably wound up parking about the same way that we did the first time that we got out to look for the cemetery. We parked our car probably 6 different times and went into the woods probably about 6 different times. And we did not find the cemetery until this one time. So they probably parked their vehicle at about the same distance we did the closest time, which was not very close to the cemetery. And anyway, so they found the cemetery. They were doing some genealogy research, and yeah, they did. They came out of the cemetery. I remember the stories. They came out of the cemetery, and then they started walking toward their car, so they were a ways away. And they're on the Ghost Road.
Right.
Maybe we should be looking around.
Yeah.
All right, what happened?
Well, they saw the little girl, didn't they? And also, people who come and visit the cemetery, as they're leaving, they hear voices calling their names.
And kids crying
Yeah,
and stuff.
kids crying,
It's
and
really
it's really
something
creepy.
weird. Yeah, but so on this road, that's right. One of the women saw a little girl standing in the brush, and she's so off to the side of the road. Let's just make it clear. Every area of the side of this road is brush, and the little girl was short, right? Because she said the
This is
brush.
6 or 7 years old,
and
the
the-
brush kind of came up to her.
Right.
Just off her head poking up over the brush.
And so one of the women saw the little girl and tried to talk to her, and the girl didn't have any emotion whatsoever. It was the weird thing to her. Was like she's out here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, look behind us. There's nothing on this road. There's nothing on this road. So there's no reason for a little girl to be out here, and so she was a little concerned. And yeah, she tried to talk to her, and the girl didn't talk back. And she really tried to engage with her because she wanted to help her. And then the other woman noticed that she was wearing clothes that didn't seem quite right for the time period, and noticed that the girl really was not making any emotional connection whatsoever. And it kind of freaked her out. Yeah, they took off for their cars and
Didn't come back.
came back with a story of a little girl that was probably the little girl that haunts this road. So we definitely need to keep our eyes peeled, because that happened in the middle of the daytime. Actually, the boys happened in the middle. The boys happened in the daytime.
Well, they were here during the daytime. They left. They came back and found it. But they did hear someone calling, "Help me,"
in the daytime.
in the daytime.
And then
The surveyors,
the surveyors were in the daytime because they were working
Yeah.
for the company. And there was another one too.
the women.
The women aren't in the cemetery. There were 3 stories in the cemetery. The first story was the boys. The second.
The first story was about the graves that we got.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No, we don't. Okay, so we're just kind of reviewing the situation out here. So we're gonna walk down this road a little bit more, and we're gonna hope that we kind of do, but kind of don't see a little girl peeking at us in the woods. Okay, so I guess right now would be a good time to encourage you.
If you like this video, click the little thumbs up icon down below. And if you have any comments or questions or input or stories or anything you want to share with us regarding this video or any others, add those to the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe, you'll get updates and notifications about this video as well as the other ones we intend to post later on. Hey, we need to say something before we leave. Make sure you're recording. Is that on?
It is on, yeah.
Right. So guys, while Maine Ghost Hunters does these videos and brings you in and shares these stories with you, we need to make sure that you understand that if you come visit these locations, you need to be respectful of the graves and of the grounds, okay? Know your local laws. In Maine, you're not allowed to be in a cemetery before sunup or after sunset. That's the law in Maine, okay? So make sure you know that, and if you, for some reason, need to go in there, make sure you talk to the local municipalities and get permission, okay? It's very rare that you do that, but that's what you need to do. If you bring something with you, take it with you. If you bring it in there, it's got to go out when you leave. If there was something there when you got there, you need to leave it behind. You need to be respectful and do not disturb the graves or the grounds. Understood? All right, good. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think you got it. That's good.